Good evening. Yes, good evening. I usually start with good morning because I cook and create those recipes while children are at school. But tonight I will be using a slow cooker, which will go on all night long. So I have put my children to sleep and decided to finish the recipe that I started. It's a recipe for knedle. Knedle Polish dumplings, and you can stuff them with all kinds of different things. Very popular, plums, but today I will be making meat stuffing using beef and some vegetables. So on the end, I will attach a link to part one, and then for my part one, I will attach a link to part two, which is today's recipe. Polish dumplings with meat stuffing. Welcome to my kitchen, and thank you for watching. For the meat stuffing, I will need tender pieces of beef, an onion, 4 garlic cloves, 12 to 14 pieces of mushrooms, fresh cabbage, 3 to 4 pieces of carrots, chicken broth, some of the sauerkraut, soy sauce or Maggi, salt and pepper, smoked paprika or sweet paprika. You can add any seasoning of your choice if you want to make it a little bit more spicy. What meat do I choose? Well, chuck tender or shoulder. Shoulder is really good. I cleaned it, pat it dry, a little bit salt, a little bit pepper, a little bit garlic, and now this will go on a pan on high heat. High heat because I want to lock the moisture. I don't want the juices to come out, but I want a little charcoal on top. Doing this, searing the meat, adds so much flavor and it's so much better. After this, I will put some veggies in and then I can go to sleep. This will be cooking all night and it will be ready tomorrow. I want to start with putting that chicken broth into the slow cooker and turning it on slow. And my pan has some oil on. Heat is on high. And I can start searing those pieces of beef. And when I see it brownish, I can put it on the other side. That's all I do here. And once this is ready, just put it in slow cooker in that broth. Once meat is done, time for the vegetables. So I start with an onion. I like to saute it with the mushrooms. And I like to add a little bit butter to it, a sweeter flavor. So mushroom go with the onions, and to this I will add a little bit of soy sauce or Maggi and a little bit of black pepper. So black pepper and some of the Maggi seasoning, which is very similar to soy sauce. Because when you roast those veggies, they will bring more flavor for you. Okay, and that garlic that I had, I will put some in here, and the rest will go with the cabbage. Okay, same thing with the carrots, about 3-4 minutes on a pan, and those will go into slow cooker as well. And the last thing is the cabbage, and I will mix fresh cabbage with sauerkraut. And you can throw the carrots in slow cooker without putting them on a pan. But again, it just brings a little bit more flavor that way. Everything in slow cooker after 8 hours will fall apart, will be soft, nicely blended. All you have to do in the morning is to discard the juices. Well, don't. Separate them because you will use those juices to make sauce for the dumplings. Okay, and those are ready as well to go in. And now I will add a little butter to it. Using the same pan, I want all the flavors to blend together. And how much of the sauerkraut? This jar is about a pound. So I say I use 1/4 of it, quarter of that jar. I don't want the sauerkraut to be overwhelming. I just want to get an extra kick out of it. Okay, I will leave it like this for a few minutes and then add the sauerkraut to it. And I did discard the water out of it. So salt, pepper, a little bit of soy sauce, and that fresh garlic at the end. I'll put a little bit of smoked paprika, sweet paprika if you have it. And if you want a little bit more spicy, you can put some chili crunch to it. I would say altogether it will take about 5 minutes. Good morning. It has been 8 hours of slow cooking of that meat with vegetables. And to think about it, you have carrots and sweet onions, which give you sweetness, meat itself with the juices and fat, and a little bit of that sauerkraut to give you savory. Few seasonings, salt, pepper, garlic, and when it all blended together, you don't really have to do much. All the flavors combine and you have a nice sauce out of it. Why discard the juice when you can use it as a sauce for those knedle, for those dumplings? So now I am ready to take the meat out and I will have another pot, and in this pot, that's where the juice will come from all of those ingredients. I will add some heavy whipping cream with some flour to thicken it, and that's it. The juice is ready. You can taste it. Always taste your food before you serve it and finish up, because, for some people, there might be not enough salt, for some not enough pepper, or some people like very mild, very easygoing on spices, and some people like an extra kick and more spicy foods. So always taste it and then finish up with all the spices that you like and need in your food. You cook for yourself, so you the master in your kitchen. And once I have the meat here, I will shred it if it needs shredding. It might be all shredded and blended together now after 8 hours of cooking. But this will be the stuffing and pretty much ready. So let me take the meat out. I can turn this off. I already tasted it, and for me, I don't need anything else. It is just right. I could just dump everything in here, but I don't want it to splash all over the countertop. So I rather take the big pieces out first, and on the end, I can get the rest of it out. Okay, and here is the meat with all the veggies, and you want to keep it moist. You don't want to have the stuffing dry. So if you need to add a little bit of that juice back to it, once you blend it, shred it, taste it, and before it's ready, decide, because you don't want the meat to be dry inside of those dumplings. Since I've made dumplings in the previous video, that meat filling that I have, that stuffing, I can use in another recipe and make pierogi, but not the boiled pierogi, but baked pierogi. So they are crunchy on the outside with that meat stuffing on the inside. You can sprinkle a little cheese on the end to melt, and I'm telling you, that's another version of my favorite pierogis to make. That recipe would come next. Okay, and that's the juice. I will put some heavy whipping cream with a little flour, and I will have that sauce for those dumplings. Heat back on, and I probably have about 2 cups, maybe a little over of 2 cups of that broth. And here I have that whipping cream. I would say less than half a cup, and a teaspoon of flour. If you want your sauce to be very thick, you can put a little bit more flour. I don't like the sauce to be too thick. And I like to use a blender, so the flour, I just don't want any clumps in there. I want the flour to dissolve and the sauce to be very smooth. So now I will mix a little bit of that broth with it. And just put it in. As soon as you see bubbles coming, then put it on low a minute and then turn it off. Your sauce is ready. And if you want and love fresh herbs, you can add a little bit of parsley or dill to it. And of course, always taste your food. For me, I don't need anything else. Salty enough, spicy enough, just the way it should be. So sauce is pretty much done. Now time for the meat. Okay, and I have used potato starch here. If you use regular flour, then you probably need a little bit more. Potato starch thickens faster. And as you can see, it's not that thick. I don't like a very thick sauce on it. I like light and flowing. Meat stuffing is ready, and it's not too dry and not too wet. There has to be a little moisture in it because dry meat doesn't taste good, but it cannot be too wet because once you put it in dumplings, well, the dumplings will break, fall apart, and you will get frustrated. So there has to be a balance to it. You can taste it, decide if you want more black pepper, soy sauce, garlic seasoning, anything you like before you make the dumplings. You gotta taste your food, always taste your food. And don't make dumplings when the meat is hot. That's another thing. You don't have to put it in the fridge to be cold, but you need it cooled off. The dumplings dough is pretty delicate and you do not want it to fall apart for you. So work with a cooled off stuffing. Next recipe using this stuffing will be baked pierogies. Smacznego, thank you for watching, and until next time. When I was growing up, we didn't have that much spices, so we didn't have that much supplies in stores. The stores were very small and not much inside of those stores. So the cooking was more plain than what it is right now. Right now you go to Poland and the stores are so big. Grocery store can be as big as Home Depot, and lots of international items, lots of international spices. So of course, recipes got more exciting, and now we can make so many wonderful, exciting recipes. So the main plain basic recipe for meat stuffing for those dumplings was just ground beef, some onions, salt, pepper. Very, very simple. Some people like to put a little piece of bacon to give more flavor to it. But today, I mean, it's just, you can play with the flavors and there is so much you can do with it.